The P4G Summit in Copenhagen 2018 is coming to an end. More than 700 delegates from business, government, cities and civil society representing 53 countries gathered together.
It's impossible for any government by itself, any company by itself, any individual really to make a difference.
The next generation kicked off the P4G Summit.
We've realized how important the youth voice is in looking at sustainability.
Any person, regardless of their location, can take out their mobile phone and using that they can access water.
On the first day, delegates together exchanged ideas and concrete solutions on how to turn our global commitments into sustainable business solutions. And new partnerships were announced.
Clean, accessible water.
An announcement of a new water fund that will lead to more investment towards global goal number 6, clean water and sanitation in developing countries. Ethiopia and Kenya shared a commitment to create the right circular economy framework conditions. While C40, a network of the world's megacities, announced acceleration of the global smart green city logistics model in other cities.
The need for a transition to a greener economy is urgent, and there's no time to waste.
Today, heads of state and governments join the summit here in the DR Concert Hall to show the world what strong partnerships can do and what an alliance of action can bring.
Recognizing the right to live in a clean and healthy environment.
The World Economic Forum announced a new partnership with Denmark and P4G to promote the transition to a circular economy.
The platform for accelerating the circular economy is really about fast-tracking solutions to plastics pollution. And this P4G Summit is the best way to really bring that action to fruition.
Netherlands announced they will be joining P4G as a new partner, bringing funding to this new alliance of global leaders. Today, a Copenhagen commitment was signed for action so that we together can get the job done.
The message of sustainable development and the opportunities to venture into innovative solutions for a better, greener, cleaner tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Melinda Crane.
Good afternoon, Your Royal Highnesses, and welcome back to all of our summit participants, to the Prime Minister and the heads of state who are with us, to all ministers, members of the diplomatic community, excellencies. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the culmination of our P4G Copenhagen Summit, and what a powerful, productive experience it has been. You could see that, I think, in that short film with just a few of the highlights of the truly amazing interchanges that we have had here over the last 2 days. I have been amazed by the energy generated in our keynotes, in all of our discussions, and certainly in the workshops and the pitching sessions. Seeing so many people reaching out across traditional boundaries, be they sectoral, be they national, to join forces and really accelerate sustainable change through partnerships. That's what P4G is all about, and it's been great to see so many of you confirming your engagement, for example, by signing up to the CHP commitment just now. Partnerships with global impact, partnerships that deliver shared value for all participants, that is the way forward. And we've seen many positive examples here today during the pitch session, also yesterday during the breakout sessions, partnerships already working on the ground now to deliver that. Those concrete solutions are absolutely imperative. We've heard it again and again here at the summit. Many of you working in this area know it from experience. We need those solutions to meet the urgent challenges that we're facing, solutions that can accelerate our progress toward the global goals. So with that in mind, Let us now commence the P4G Awards Ceremony. And I think it's fair to say this is the moment we've all been waiting for, because it is the very essence of what P4G is all about, namely recognizing the achievements of the very diverse partnerships working to promote green growth and the global goals. And we have caught glimpses of those truly outstanding initiatives over the course of these 2 days, including those competing for the 2 awards that we are now going to bestow. So just a quick reminder of what those are about. The State of the Art Award recognizes the partnership that best represents the aspirations of this summit and the P4G platform. And the Scale Up Partnership Award, the one that we will be awarding later on, highlights and rewards partnerships assessed as the most promising in terms of their impact, their scalability, and their potential for replication. So now, without further ado, it is my great honor to hand over to a very special guest who has worked intensively to support partnerships that can help us bring the sustainable goals to fruition. Please welcome to the stage Her Royal Highness, the Crown Princess of Denmark.
Good afternoon. Honourable Heads of State and Government, Ministers, Excellency, distinguished guests. Today's world is full of challenges, but as we know, with challenges comes opportunities. And we need to find the opportunities in the challenges. Take a longer and more holistic view and use more of the resources and technologies we have available to us. Our answer to the common global challenges cannot be simply more of the same. We are in a new era of development, with the Sustainable Development Goals providing a framework and a window of opportunity to rethink traditional approaches to persistent global challenges. It is truly encouraging to see so many people gathered here in Copenhagen to discuss the role of public-private partnerships and the importance of accelerating these partnerships for the creation of a better and more sustainable world for current and future generations. The last year's international developments have clearly shown that divides and inequalities in some areas have become more apparent. But let us not forget that there is so much more that joins us than what divides us. I believe that a gathering such as this reflects our recognition of the global nature of the challenges we face and of the enormous investment required to tackle those challenges. As I just said, the global goals provide a framework or a blueprint for the world's development, guiding us, the people of the world, on our way to a better tomorrow. But they are more than just a framework for development. They are also a framework for innovation and the creation of business opportunities and employment. The universal nature of the agenda is its strength. It applies to all countries, all peoples, and all segments of society, and it acknowledges the interconnection of the global challenges facing the world and the gaps that exist between and within countries. Another strength was the setting of the 15-year time frame. This time frame creates a sense of urgency and a strong push for concerted action. No one knew when the goals were set how they could be achieved. But once the goals were set, the clock to find solutions started ticking. We are now more than 3 years into the life of the agenda, and how far have we come? Some would answer, not far enough. And others, the progress is lagging. We must ensure that the momentum and the will to act that led to the adoption of the Sustainable Development Goals does not fade but grows and strengthens in purpose. As I'm sure we all agree here, our journey has just begun, and we have embarked on a long and challenging journey. A journey that requires governments to ensure broad implementation and monitoring of progress. One that requires all the innovation, new ways of thinking, and new ideas that humankind can imagine. A journey that requires the involvement and investment of the private sector as a key driver of development like never before. And recognition that it's okay for businesses to do well while at the same time doing good. The journey will also require new and innovative partnerships across continents, regions, and countries, and between the public and private sectors, organizations, and civil society, and the designing of solutions to persistent global challenges. We need to work together like never seen before. And the journey will also require a wider sharing and exchange of knowledge and best practices to occur globally, establishing what is and what isn't working, and what has scalability potential. It is a journey we cannot choose to take. It is one we must take. And we have to take full advantage of the power of convening that gathers regions, countries, and stakeholders, for example, P4G, to strengthen unity and action toward achieving the 2030 Agenda. Realizing the Sustainable Development Goals is far from an easy task. No one of anything, governments, organizations, companies, individuals, can do it alone. Collaboration is part of Denmark's, our DNA. We have a long tradition of working in partnerships, creating shared value, a collective impact. For us, it's about working towards the common goal. And I would like to share with you an example of a strong public-private partnership in a Danish context. In 1972, Denmark developed the world's first industrial symbiosis with a circular approach to production. The Kalundborg symbiosis is a partnership between 9 public-private companies. It is in an industrial symbiosis where one company's residue becomes another company's resource. Water, energy, and material flows from all parties are included in the symbiosis. For example, biogas and fertilizer potentials from residual biomass from 2 companies is exploited and realized as biogas, in a biogas plant within the symbiosis. At that plant, biogas is produced and upgraded to natural gas, and that natural gas then goes to local companies and eventually to end users via the national gas grid. And sulfur is collected during this process and then is reused in fertilizer and products together with other residuals. The full resource utilization within the symbiosis not only reduces resource consumption and production costs, it also strengthens competitiveness and is crucial for the maintenance and creation of new jobs. And most importantly, it makes growth possible without an increase in the use of resources or further impact on the environment and climate, which of course is an important contribution to the achievement of the SDGs. To me, this Danish example illustrates what P4G is all about: building and scaling public-private partnerships that can translate global commitments to workable solutions. The future will require new business models and new ways of thinking. It will demand new business solutions that are both commercially viable as well as delivering value to society. In fact, the global goals present a wide spectrum of opportunities for visionary companies, organizations, and individuals. Our global journey is towards a sustainable economy that protects and conserves our planet and its richness, where there is no poverty or hunger, and all human beings can fulfill their potential in dignity and equality, and where peaceful, just, and inclusive societies are fostered that are free from fear and violence. P4G is a new initiative, and together with my husband, we are extremely pleased to take part in this first summit with all of you. I hope the partnerships we celebrate here today as global examples of excellence serve as inspiration to accelerate our common journey. So I see it as an honor to present the very first P4G State-of-the-Art Partnership Awards. The nominated partnerships are found within the 5 P4G tracks: food and agriculture, water, energy, cities, and circular economy. All these partnerships are outstanding examples of innovative and sustainable answers to challenges in these key sectors. They have demonstrated success with measurable impacts that are contributing to a more sustainable world. They show the value of collaboration between the public and private sectors and are role models for many more partnerships that we need to accelerate our transition to a green economy. I want to thank each of you and also the panel of friendly dragons who participated in the discussion and selection of the 5 P4G state-of-the-art partnerships. The 5 finalists lists selected are: from Track Food and Agriculture, Court Hold Commitment 2025. From Track Water, Strategic Water Partners Network. From Track Circular Economy, Next Wave Plastics. From Track Energy, the District Energy in Cities Initiative. And from Track Cities, Global Industry Partnership on soot-free clean bus fleets. And now, it is my distinct pleasure to announce that the 2018 P4G State-of-the-Art Partnership of the Year is awarded to Court Hold Commitment 2025.
Stay with us. Stay with us, please, just one moment, because I do have a special message from the teams, for the teams and for the audience from the judges. And the judges had this to say about this prize. First of all, we would like to say that all of the topics and all of the partnerships were very interesting. So for those of you out there who aren't on stage, a commendation as well from the judges. The judges went on to say, we have chosen the topic on food waste as a key focus area in the SDGs, represented by the winning partnership due to its impact, innovation, scale, and implementation maturity. Food waste is both a city and a rural issue and a global area as well. So that message to you from the judges, and they congratulate you as winners and all of the amazing teams who've taken place in this inaugural P4G. So congratulations to you. And thank you to you, Higness. And many thanks as well to Her Royal Highness for bestowing that award. And let's keep the suspense going and the momentum that we've got and move straight on now to our scale-up partnerships. And just a word on the process that has brought us to this point in terms of the scale-up partnerships. P4G has undertaken a massive effort to source, identify, evaluate, and finally select a range of partnerships from around the world. 22 of these have been with us here in Copenhagen over the last 2 days, and you, ladies and gentlemen, have been supporting them throughout the summit in their quest to develop and elevate and accelerate their ideas. And we heard earlier today how some of the pitchies were clearly learning from one another as they presented their projects. Now, at this final stage of this first ever inaugural P4G Summit, we want to celebrate the 6 P4G scale-up partnerships that have been selected for funding. That's 6 of 8. So actually the large majority. And to help us do that, to help us celebrate these fine, outstanding winners, let me now ask on stage the President of Ethiopia, His Excellency Mulatu Teshome, and also P4G's Global Director, Ian Cruz. Would you please both also join me on stage? And if you'll just join me right here, I will now announce the winning partnerships one by one, and then we will invite them to the stage. And there are going to be a lot of people on this stage, so we're going to get quite cozy as we do. I begin with Africa Green Co., a partnership between the government of Zambia and Green Co. to introduce a credit-worthy off-taker of energy into the South Africa power pool, resulting in the reduction of the cost of renewable energy throughout the region and generating more than $2 billion in investment in the sector. And of course, we met this partnership earlier today. Great to have you back on stage. Congratulations. And won't it be interesting to take that on the plane? Congratulations to both of you. And we're going to let you go right over there. The second amongst the scale-up partnerships selected is the Cities Climate Action Project, supported by the Building Efficiency Accelerator. This project is a coalition of the world's Green Building Council and the Green Building Councils of Mexico and Colombia, aiming to introduce energy efficiency measures in the building sector that will deliver 5.8 billion tons of CO2 emission savings by 2050. So congratulations. Please join us on stage. Matches your dress. And our next winner, the Clean Energy Investment Accelerator, a coalition led by the U.S. National Renewable Energy Laboratory, Allotrope Partners, and the World Resources Institute, alongside major multinational corporations who have committed to source 100% renewable energy, but need the tools to understand how to do so. So congratulations to you, and please join us on stage. Congratulations. And I'm assuming that being female was not the criterion for...
a bit more balance.
Ladies. And we move on now to our fourth winner, the Global Smart Green Logistics Innovation Partnership. The partnership is led by the Chinese Environment Protection Foundation, working with the Xiamen Municipal Government Transportation, and I know that we have met this partnership. We have met this partnership before as well, but I'm still going to finish reading about it because it's so interesting. Alibaba's Xianao network, working together with the Xiamen Municipal Government Transportation to set up citywide recycling stations where plastic and packaging wastes are gathered, sorted, and processed for treatment and reuse, and seeking to spread its model to a global supply chain of Alibaba and Xianao, covering 224 countries and regions. So congratulations to you as well. And now, number 5, the Sustainable Special Economic Zone. This partnership, led by the Made in Africa initiative LADOL and Systemique, aims to demonstrate that industrial and trade zones designed for sustainability are a winning formula for long-term economic growth and public good in Africa. Welcome and congratulations. And finally, number 6, the Zero-Emission Bus Rapid Deployment Accelerator, ZEBRA, is led by C40 cities and the International Council on Clean Transportation, and will work with Mexico City, Medellin, and Sao Paulo to replace diesel buses with electric buses, leading to cleaner air and a reduction in carbon emissions. Welcome. Congratulations. So the gender balance somewhat more equilibrated here. So congratulations to all of you, and we wish you the utmost success in scaling up. And I'm just going to let Ian and President Tshoma get here so that we can get a couple of good pictures. And maybe come in a little more so you have a little more light. Sorry, but the photo op moment is very important. Great. Yeah. Okay. Congratulations. We wish you the utmost success in scaling up and replicating, and thank you for all that you're doing. You may return to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Taking the forest with them as they go. According to our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, it is imperative that all of us scale up our efforts to fight climate change and promote sustainable growth. In an effort to prompt the world community to follow through on and accelerate its commitments and shoulder what he calls intergenerational responsibility, the UN Secretary General announced earlier this year that he will convene a new climate summit in September in 2019. His Excellency Antonio Guterres addresses us now by video from his headquarters in New York. Let's hear his message.
It is a pleasure to greet this timely summit. I welcome your focus on innovative partnerships for the Sustainable Development Goals. We have many opportunities to advance common progress, but we also face risks, and none graver than the consequences of a warming world. The latest report by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change confirmed that climate change is running faster than we are, and that we are running out of time. We are experiencing record-breaking temperatures around the world. Heat waves, fires, storms, and floods are leaving a trail of death and devastation. If we do not change course in the next 2 years, we risk runaway climate change. We need urgent and unprecedented climate action in all areas. The next key moment is the UN Climate Conference in Poland in December. It must be a success. And next September, I will convene a climate summit to mobilize greater climate action. I welcome the efforts of governments and businesses to support the global goals. The United Nations looks forward to working with you for an expansion in partnerships and a surge in funding. Together, we can build peaceful and prosperous societies for all on a healthy planet. Thank you.
And it is my honor now to invite our host, Prime Minister Rasmussen, to return to the stage and share with us his closing thoughts as we bring the summit to an end.
Your Royal Highnesses, distinguished Presidents and Prime Minister, Ministers and Excellencies, leaders of business, organizations and civil society, ladies and gentlemen. I really enjoyed this prize award. For a moment I was a bit afraid about the gender balance. But then I realized that empowering women, which is a part of the SDGs, is crucial if we want to achieve the goals by 2030. What a great honor to be here. Well, 3 years ago, I had the privilege to co-chairing the very UN meeting in New York, where we adopted the Sustainable Development Goals. And later, that same year, we adopted the Paris Climate Agreement. So it was 2 major steps towards a better world. The challenges we face are still overwhelming, as the UN Secretary General just emphasized. But yesterday and today we have taken yet another step in the right direction. The power of humanity, when we partner up, work together, it makes a difference, the difference. And this summit has shown the value of teamwork. We have seen that new partnerships have emerged, existing partnerships accelerated, and just moments ago, we awarded some of the most prominent P4G partnerships that are already delivering. In this way, concrete results have been made and determination renewed. Still, of course, we have a long way to go. We need to keep pushing even further. For that reason, I'm especially pleased with the signing of the Copenhagen Commitment, a commitment to accelerate action, partnerships and solutions, a commitment to keep fighting. It underlines that in P4G, we are in it for the long run. Reaching the SDGs is not a sprint. It takes hard, it takes steady work and determination for several years to come. And it requires, if you will allow me to quote Elvis himself, a little less conversation and a little more action. In Denmark, we know from experience that action through partnerships is effective. On windy days, all our electricity is produced by windmills. We are well underway to reaching our goal of net zero emissions by 2050. Proves that change is possible if we put our hearts and minds into it. So when the lights are turned off in this beautiful building and we go back to our offices, I hope you will hold on to the P4G spirit and keep pushing to implement and to scale concrete solutions. If we do that, together we will be able to present historic results to the world when we meet again next year at the UN Secretary General's Climate Summit and at the next P4G Summit in 2020. But for now, I would like to thank all of you for coming to Copenhagen to kickstart what feels like the beginning of something big and something very meaningful. You have delivered far, far beyond our expectations. A few hours from now, this concert hall will once again belong to some of the most skilled musicians from all over the world. And if you look at them, and especially if you listen to them, you realize that individually they are capable of doing extraordinary things. But together they can bring true magic. And that goes for all of us as well. So let's do that. Let's keep working together, keep delivering, bring the magic results for the sake of our children and our common planet. Thank you all for coming to Copenhagen. I wish you a safe travel home. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Prime Minister, for your inspiring words and also for making possible, to you and to Denmark, for making possible this truly fruitful gathering we have had here in Copenhagen over the past 2 days. And ladies and gentlemen, I can only add my own thanks to all of you for your attention and your participation throughout the summit, and also reiterate the Prime Minister's message: let us keep up the work, and much success to everyone doing so. Before we leave, let us re-encounter one final partnership. Perhaps you remember back to the energizing music that we heard this morning. The Prime Minister was just talking about the partnership of musicians. In fact, those musicians we heard this morning had never played together before. And I think that is particularly compelling proof that forging new ties can produce some pretty good vibes. So let us welcome back to the stage the group P4G.
To take you away, let's escape into the music. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it. I like the way you do this. Keep on rocking to it, but please don't stop the music.
Please don't stop the music.